Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I wanted to show you my Jimmy Choo fragrances. So in this video, I'm just going to really talk about notes, tell you about longevity, kind of when I wear each one of them, and my general thoughts. So these fragrances are in my collection, so obviously I like them. And if you've seen my top 10 perfume favorites, then you know 2 of these are in my top 10. So just really wanted to go over kind of all of the Jimmy Choo that I have currently in my collection. So if you are interested in learning about any of these Jimmy Choo fragrances, stay tuned. Okay, so first we're going to talk about my all-time favorite perfume, Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. The main accords for this are sweet, patchouli, fruity, woody, warm spicy, caramel, earthy, green, floral, aquatic. And the notes. The top notes are pear, mandarin orange, green notes. The middle notes is orchid, and the base note is toffee and patchouli. So won't dwell on this a lot because I've talked about this plenty in my fragrance video. I love this. It has an amazing longevity. It smells really nice. If you are not a patchouli lover, there's a chance you might not like this, but I still think it's worth trying. It is available pretty much everywhere and lasts forever on my skin. I mix it with so many things, and I've done at this point quite a few different videos where I mention this, so I will link some of them below, and if I remember, I'm bad at that, I'll add it to the card. So again, you guys know this is my number one fragrance, and that is Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. So next we'll talk about another top 10 for me, and that is Jimmy Choo Fever. And the main accords are vanilla, sweet, fruity, amber, warm spicy, powdery, woody, coffee, white floral, balsamic. The notes, the top notes are plum, lychee, grapefruit. The middle notes are heliotrope, vanilla orchid, jasmine, orange blossom. The base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, benzoin, coffee, hazelnut, and sandalwood. Again, not going to spend too much time on this fragrance because it's in my top 10. So check that out for most of the details. This is another love for me. Longevity is great. Slightly a little less than Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo, but not much. It doesn't require a lot of work for me. It is a year-long fragrance for me, as well as Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. This I can get away with wearing the day and the evening. My Jimmy Choo, I tend to wear it at night, but I have worn it in the daytime. Just kind of depends on how I felt. So Jimmy Choo Fever to me is, again, one of those sexy, date night appropriate fragrances that I love and plan on always having in my collection. I'm actually finishing off a smaller bottle of this and bought this one because I was finishing off the smaller bottle. So that tells you Jimmy Choo and Jimmy Choo Fever are ones that I always want to have in my perfume collection. So that is Jimmy Choo Fever. So next we're going to talk about one that I haven't talked about a lot. So this is Blossom, obviously by Jimmy Choo. The main accords are fruity, sweet, rose, floral, fresh, citrus. So the top notes are raspberry, red berries, citrus. The middle notes are sweet pea and rose. The base note is white musk and sandalwood. This is a really nice kind of raspberry, berry, fruity scent. It's not super sweet, but it's not like super fresh either. Like, you know, the citrus is there and you smell it, but it's more of a sweeter citrus and it mixes with the sweeter raspberry, but not, again, super sweet. This is one that it is still easy to find. Mostly, like if you go to TJ Maxx or Marshall's or those kind of stores, I've seen it quite a bit. This to me is more of I wear it during the warmer months, and just because it's just like really that fruity floral and not really a lot of floral, it's more sweet than anything. And I'm not a huge rose person, so if you're not, just to let you know, the rose, you don't really smell it. If you're a person that's like, I stay away from rose fragrances, still try this out because I think you'll like it. If you like berry sweet scents, this is very light scent. It has like average, time for a fragrance, probably 5, 6 hours without, doing too much. If you spray it on your clothes, you could get it that 6 to 7 area. Mixes well with so many different things. And I'm excited to try this with some of the new Bath and Body Works raspberry scents that came out this past winter. So if you see this and you like sweet berry scents, I think that you should just pick it up. It is a nice, well-rounded fragrance, which I tend to find Jimmy Choo fragrances are, and just a nice little summertime, warm weather, all day appropriate. It doesn't have like a super strong projection, but it's also not a skin scent. So people will smell it and they'll smell it on you, but it's not going to be clawing. But you also don't have to overspray to get people to smell it. But you also can overspray, where the first two Jimmy Choo fragrances, I think you should be careful about overspraying these. This one, I think you could get away with overspraying if you are an oversprayer, but you don't have to. So that is Jimmy Choo Blossom. Next is Jimmy Choo Illicit, and the main accords are honey, sweet, citrus, warm spicy, white floral, amber, woody, caramel, powdery, and floral. The notes. The top notes are ginger, bitter orange. The middle note is sambac, jasmine sambac, orange blossom rose. The base notes are honey, amber, caramel, vanilla, sandalwood, and cashmere wood. So this is a discontinued fragrance. However, I see this in TJ Maxx and Marshalls like all the time. So I think it's still easy to get your hands on. And for me, that ginger and bitter orange, at initial spray, I do kind of smell it, but that quickly disappears. The jasmine and orange blossom kind of come out. But what you really smell is the base notes on the dry down of this. This is like a sweet, caramely, woody scent. The honey isn't overpowering, neither is the caramel. I don't think this is one that when it's hot, it's super clawing. I actually could wear this year round, but I have, since I've had it, tended to reach for it in the summertime. That's just been kind of a habit. I like wearing it kind of on days where I'm not really sure what I want to wear. I can throw this on and it's an easy add. And depending upon what I pair it with, I can make it, kind of stay a daytime type of scent, or pair it with something a little richer and make it a more evening appropriate scent. I could see this, when it's a little cooler, but I think this is one of those that actually will do better with a little heat. I do enjoy this a lot. When I finish this, would I buy it again? Eventually, if I saw it, if when I finished this, it was gone and I couldn't find it, I wouldn't be heartbroken. I do like it, like I said, but it's not like a I have to have this in my collection all the time kind of fragrance. But I am a Jimmy Choo house lover. So if I saw it and I was out, I probably would pick it up because it's a really nice fragrance. And it's one that I think goes with so many things. And it's not gourmand, but it's sweet, which, sometimes you don't want to smell like food, but you want a sweet scent. And this is a perfect fragrance for that. So that is Jimmy Choo Illicit. Next, we have Jimmy Choo I Want Choo. And the main accords are white, floral, vanilla, fruity, sweet, powdery, citrus, soft, spicy. The top notes are peach, mandarin orange. The middle note is jasmine, red lily, and the base note is vanilla. So I actually saw this in Ulta, sprayed it on me, and really liked it, bought it immediately. And then I got home and realized there was peach in there. And it was funny because I tend to not like peach fragrances, but I've said in other videos talking about Jimmy Choo, there's something about how that house mixes the fragrances that tends to work on my skin. So even fragrance note that I tend not to like, I'm willing to take a risk with Jimmy Choo because I have found that a lot of times I do still like them. And this is one of those. You do smell the peach, but it's not like that. So something about peach on my skin just is very synthetic and it's nauseating. That doesn't happen with this. So I don't know if it's the type of peach or the blend with the orange. I'm not sure, but this smells really good. For me, I could wear it year round. This is a newer one, obviously, to my collection because this is a newer Jimmy Choo fragrance. When I finish this, it's one of those that I would want to go out and get pretty much right away. And I think it's one of those that is year round appropriate, but I think the heat could help this out quite a bit. It's one that you could wear a day or a night depending upon what you layer it with. And I do think this is safe to wear at night as well. I think this would be a nice kind of date night appropriate, kind of like a casual kind of thing. It's not super sexy, so it's not that kind of vibe, but it's just a nice, you smell good. kind of fragrance. This one to me, I think is like an average length of time wear, 5, 6 hours. But again, if you kind of use some of my how to make your fragrance last tips, which I'll link that video down below, you can get this to last, quite a bit longer. But it's not like, it doesn't disappear quickly. It's not a skin scent. People will definitely smell it on you. If you're a person like me that doesn't like peach, I think you should still check this out, because there's a strong possibility that you will like this, because again, I am not a peach lover and I really enjoy this. So that is I Want Choo by Jimmy Choo. So the last Jimmy Choo fragrance I'm going to talk about today is also the newest one to my collection. It's I Want Choo Forever. And the main accords are vanilla, sweet, cherry, almond, rose, nutty, aromatic, earthy, fruity, amber. The top notes are rose, bitter almond. The middle note is cherry, vetiver, jasmine. The base note is vanilla, tonka bean, oak moss, and amber. So again, this is the newest one to my collection. I've had it maybe 3, 4 months. So I haven't really worn it a lot. When I did get it, I did blind buy this. So it was on my list. I'm like, I'm going to get it. There's cherry in it. I was on like a cherry kick, and it's Jimmy Choo. So I always felt like it was a safe buy. I got it from Ulta, so I wasn't worried about not being able to return it. And as you can see, obviously I've kept it, but I have not worn this out. I got it, I sprayed it on myself, and I kind of had it on, that day in the house. And, I still smelt it probably after about 5 or 6 hours, I had to smell for it. No, about 5 hours. After about 5 hours, I had to smell for it, but I could still smell it. It didn't become a skin scent on me. But again, I have only worn this in the house. I didn't layer with anything. I didn't do any of my other things. It was one of those, let me just see if I like this, which I do. To me, the cherry is there, but it's not super heavy cherry. When you first spray it out, I don't really smell rose when I spray it. I smell that almond, and I have found that almond scents have like a cherry type of vibe. And so, like right from the beginning, you get that kind of almond cherry scent. And then when the middle notes hit, you get like that actual cherry scent. And the tonka bean in here, I don't really smell the vanilla, pretty heavy, but again, I haven't worn this out. So I liked it enough to say definitely keep it in my collection. And I'll have to update you guys on, like, once I wear it, start pairing it with some things, and kind of tell you how it works then. But it's one of those, if you're looking for, because cherry, to me, there are not a huge amount of cherry scents, and they've grown in popularity over the last couple of years. And, I think they'll continue. But if you're one of those people that are like trying to really find cherry, I think this is a nice cherry scent. It's not clawing. It doesn't smell to me on my skin when I wore it. It wasn't like an artificial smell. So that's why I was like, I'm definitely going to keep this, and I enjoy it. So that is Jimmy Choo, I Want Choo Forever. Okay, guys, so that is my Jimmy Choo collection. Obviously, if you've watched my top 10 video, you know that Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo and Jimmy Choo Fever are in my top 10. They will be in my top 10. I don't see them ever getting pushed out of the top 10. And I think the Jimmy Choo collection that I currently have, I thoroughly enjoy. And because I really like this house, is one of those things that more than likely I will try something when it comes out. So I will keep you guys updated on the newest Jimmy Choo, I Want You Forever, and as I wear it and pair it with some more things. So as always, thanks so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.